Let's be brutally honest for a second. For 5 years straight, I didn't actually live. I woke up. I dragged myself out of bed not because I was tired, but because I dreaded the reality waiting for me. I went to work. I came home. I ate. I doom-scrolled on my phone until my eyes burned. And then I slept. Repeat. If you looked at my life from the outside, it seemed fine. I had a job. I was stable. But inside, I was rotting. I realized something terrifying recently. I didn't live 5 years. I lived the exact same day, on repeat, 1,825 times. It was like the movie Groundhog Day, but without the comedy and without the happy ending. I was stuck in a loop of mediocrity, waiting for something to change. Waiting for a lucky break. Waiting for permission to be someone else. But permission never came. Everything changed because of a random 30-minute video from a man named Jim Rohn. He didn't yell. He didn't hype me up. He just asked one question that hit me like a freight train. He said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. That was it. That was the slap in the face I needed. I realized I was living in my boss's plan. In society's plan. In my parents' plan. And true to Jim's words, they didn't have much plan for me other than being a cog in a machine. I decided right then and there, I am done falling into other people's plans. I'm going to design my own. This is the exact blueprint of how I broke the loop. This is how I went from zero completely empty and lost to a version of myself I barely recognize today, using 10 specific lessons I learned from Jim Rohn. Phase 1, the architecture. Lesson number 1, write down a goal that gives you goosebumps. Most people set safe goals. I want a 5% raise. I want to lose 5 pounds. Jim taught me that small goals don't produce enough magnetic force to pull you through the hard times. You need a goal that scares you. A goal that makes you inhale sharply and think, oh my God, if I actually pulled this off, my entire existence would change. For me, I wrote it down on a napkin. Make $5,000 a month solely from writing skills, quit my 9-to-5, and achieve total location freedom. At the time, I had 0 clients, 0 portfolio, and frankly, 0 confidence. When I wrote it, my hands were shaking. I felt like an imposter. But here is the secret Jim whispered to me. The ultimate reason for setting goals is to entice you to become the person it takes to achieve them. The goal wasn't about the money. It was about forcing me to evolve into the kind of person who could earn that money. Lesson number 2, turn the monster into micro habits. A big goal is paralyzing. If you stare at the top of the mountain, you'll get dizzy and fall. You need to look at your feet. I didn't try to change everything overnight. I simply set my alarm for 6:30 a.m. Every single morning, I dedicated 1 hour to writing. Just 1 hour. I didn't worry if it was good. I didn't worry if it was viral. I just focused on the act of showing up. It wasn't about the output, it was about the identity shift. After about 25 days, something strange happened. The alarm went off and I didn't want to hit snooze. I felt purposeful. I was no longer a dreamer. I was a doer. That 1 hour bought me a ticket out of my depression. Lesson number 3, divide the year into 12 battles. This was the game changer. Looking at a 1-year plan is overwhelming. It's too long. You lose focus by February. So I stopped calling them months. I started calling them battles. I treated each month like a specific level in a video game that I had to beat before moving to the next. Let me break down what my year actually looked like, so you can see the progression. Quarter 1, the foundation. Oh, January, pure skill acquisition. No selling. Just learning to write better than 90% of people. Oh, February, creating the prototype. I built a portfolio of 5 pieces. I polished them until they shined. Oh, March, the hunt. I started cold outreach. I accepted that rejection was part of the menu. Quarter 2, the traction. Oh, April, the first kill. I closed my first contract. It was small money, but it proved the concept worked. Oh, May, delivery. I focused on over-delivering so hard that they couldn't ignore me. Oh, June, the first raise. I increased my rates because I had data to back it up. Quarter 3, the expansion. Oh, July, building the brand. I started sharing my journey online. Oh, August, client selection. I fired my worst client and found a better one. Oh, September, future-proofing. I invested in a course to learn a new style of copywriting. Quarter 4, the system. Oh, October, automation. I created templates so I could work faster. Oh, November, the pivot. I launched a small digital product. Oh, December, the review. Looking back at the battlefield. When you break it down like this, you aren't trying to change your life. You are just trying to win January. Then February. It makes the impossible feel manageable. Phase 2, the grind and the mindset. Lesson number 4, the weekly mirror test. Jim Rohn was big on reflection. He said, we must not let the week run past us without gathering up the experiences. Every Sunday night I have a ritual. I sit down with my journal, and I ask myself 3 questions. 1. What did I actually do this week? Not what I planned to do. 2. What worked? 3. What was a total waste of time? This journal isn't a diary. It's a mirror. It shows you the ugly truth. Sometimes I looked at it and realized I spent 15 hours on social media and only 2 hours writing. That hurts. But that pain is necessary. It corrects your course before you drift too far. Lesson number 5, learn one new thing every day no matter what. I made a rule. I cannot go to sleep until I have fed my brain something nutritious. I started reading 10 pages every morning. I listened to podcasts while washing the dishes. I watched educational content instead of Netflix while eating dinner. Why? Because Jim said, income seldom exceeds personal development. If I wanted to earn more, I had to become more. I had to be worth more to the marketplace. You can't hack this. You can't fake this. You have to fill your mind with high-value inputs if you want high-value outputs. Lesson number 6, discipline is just self-love for your future self. Let's get one thing straight. I hate discipline. I love lying in bed. I love eating junk food. I love being lazy. It is my natural state. But I learned to reframe it. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is loving your future self more than your present comfort. When I write at 6 a.m., I am sending a gift to the future me. I am making sure he has money. I am making sure he has freedom. Every time you skip a hard task, you are stealing from your future self. Stop doing that. He needs you. Lesson number 7, curate your environment, the no drama rule. This was the hardest part. I had to audit my circle. Jim famously said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I looked around and realized I was surrounded by complainers. People who hated their jobs but did nothing about it. People who drained my energy. I didn't be rude, but I distanced myself. I unfollowed every account on social media that made me feel inadequate or distracted. I replaced them with digital mentors. I let Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, and Naval Ravikant talk to me through my headphones for hours a day. It's lonely at first. But remember, it is better to walk alone in the right direction than to follow the herd walking off a cliff. Phase 3, the transformation. Lesson number 8, failure isn't fatal, quitting is. I need to tell you about the 43 emails. In March, I sent 43 cold emails to potential clients. Do you know how many replied? 0. 43 people ignored me. The old me would have quit. The old me would have said, see, this doesn't work, I'm not good enough. But I had Jim's voice in my head. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. So I didn't quit. I analyzed. I rewrote my pitch. I tried again. The 44th email. They replied. If I had stopped at 43, I would still be stuck in that cubicle today. Failure is just data. Collect the data, adjust the plan, and keep moving. Lesson number 9, celebrate the micro wins. The journey is long. If you wait until you are a millionaire to celebrate, you will run out of fuel. I remember the first time I wrote for 7 days in a row without missing a beat. I treated myself to a really expensive iced coffee. It sounds silly, right? It's just coffee. But to my brain, it was a dopamine hit. It was a signal. Good job, we are winning. You have to be your own cheerleader, because nobody else sees the work you are doing in the dark. Lesson number 10, the monthly pivot. Here is the truth. My initial plan was wrong. I thought I wanted to write blog posts. By month 4, I realized I hated blog posts, but I loved writing email newsletters. So I pivoted. If I hadn't stopped to review my plan every month, I would have kept climbing the wrong ladder. Jim taught me that a plan isn't concrete, it's clay. You mold it as you go. You adjust the sails when the wind changes. The conclusion. It has been 365 days since I started this. Do I have everything I ever wanted? No. I'm not a billionaire. I still have bad days. But I am not the same person who started. That person was a victim of circumstances. The person speaking to you right now is the architect of his life. I wake up excited now. Not because life is perfect, but because I know exactly where I am going, and I know I have the tools to get there. So here is my challenge to you. Don't let another year slip by in a blur of eating, sleeping, and working. Don't let 5 years from now look exactly like today. Start with these 5 steps right now. Step 1, stop drifting. Accept that no one is coming to save you. Step 2, pick a scary goal. One that challenges your identity. Step 3, start small. 1 hour a day. 1 habit. Step 4, audit your inputs. Turn off the noise, turn on the wisdom. Step 5, document everything. The wins, the losses, the lessons. Save this video. Create a playlist called My Life Plan. Come back to it when you feel like quitting. Because as Jim Rohn said, you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Change your direction today. If you found value in this story, share it with someone who feels stuck. Let's grow together. I'll see you in the next battle.